Hello everyone, and tonight we're going to be playing some Age of Wonders, continuing where we left off with the Cult of Storms campaign. Let's go. We're up. United States 1. Right. So, when we last left off, we had a choice between uniting the Orcish clans and going into the Southern Marsh. I think it makes most sense for us to go for the Southern Marsh, but then again, I mean, previously we've ended up trying both and just going for the one that ended up working, and ultimately. Pact of Convenience. Mr. Dickens is displeased with my choice, but it's time to find allies that is more worthy of the Cult of Storms. These lizards are far more clever than the British orcs. Already they tire me with worthy demands, and requiring I take back lands rightfully theirs, but they cannot fool me with their chameleon minds. I am kin to these devious reptiles, being a lizard myself. If I will let them use me for a time, then I will use them. I will grant their request, then they will grant mine. But for now I go to defeat frostlings, intent upon freezing lizard holdings in solid ice. About the lizardmen. Lizardmen are aquatic by nature, covering marshlands and coastlines with their strange dwellings. Of all races, the lizards are most closely tied to the animal world, caring little for good or evil. They favor our ideals that promote their prosperity. Their weaponry is crude yet efficient. They harness other wildlife to aid their civilization, such as the giant turtle, which they use as a beast of labor and for hauling weapons of war. Their bodies are equally suited for life on land and or in water, as they often control the most exotic and fertile lands. Right. So we've got 525 points. Not a lot to potentially bring with us because at the end we ended up with just his 2 units total, just Kruz and a troll. It's just gonna sort of bring everything. Because I can bring the 75 gold, 50 mana, the troll, and all my cool magic gear. And I get to assign 2 new spheres. Granted, because of the way this game works, you can't assign spheres that are opposed to ones you already have selected, and because, to my knowledge, you can't change this in the campaign, it defaulted to 2 death and 1 fire. You cannot select life or water. So I have to select between fire, air, earth, and death. I'm thinking maybe dabble in air and get more firepower. Keepers and deep dwarves aid earthquake victims, apparently. Right. Starting out with actually positive gold this time. Don't know why my axe just sort of started out in a bag. Let's say let's get the city fortifying. Those remain archers. Yeah, let's queue up a couple of those. Then head on out. I'll just start exploring. Right. Already we're seeing some of our new spells available for now having access to air magic, like Bird's View, Chain Lightning, and Haste, Vaporite, I believe Cloud of Ashes, Fire Breath, Fire Halo, and Swarm. But yeah, they're level 2, so they're only available because we have a second sphere of fire. So I'm thinking, let's start dipping our toes in the magic of the air with Chain Lightning. Oh, and there's some ruins right here. Starting City is now fortified. Let's start exploring these ruins. Just a multitude of lizards plus a troll. This guy can just sort of scout out ahead down this way. The troll scouts this way. Because everybody else is primarily archery, although admittedly I've proven that I don't really need to hang back, given that like I'm pretty hard to hit, so like well, these tunnels have wrapped around on themselves, and no sign of the inhabitants of this place. Oh, there they are. And they just killed one of my lizards. Dang it. Just out of range to archery. And there's something else in here. Given that combat did not immediately end after that first thing was taken down. There's a throne here. And another sandworm. But like I said, I'm hard to hit. Ooh. A shield of death, +1 on defense and holy protection. And spiked mace. It combines basically the abilities of my sword and my axe, which means I can just take the place of both. Well worth the venture into that cave. Well, that ruins, I mean. Which is also some lizards scattered around. They're willing to join in the efforts. leave the archers here. And work on fortifying that city as well. So it seems to be one of the best things you can do starting out, is fortify your shit. Because if you fortify, then anything that any group that doesn't have a way of getting past your wall somehow. What was that? Speak. Anyways, anything that doesn't have a way of getting past your wall somehow. Now, well, they'll just simply be unable to enter your territory, basically. Be unable to take the city. Oh, these guys want to fight. Just because they didn't side with the orcs. Orcs, they aren't welcoming to anime anymore. Neither were the dwarves, but they never were. A hero? No offers to join you. Shy emerged at NAD and offered us to join you for 94 gold. Absolutely. I could always use more frog riders. Especially since the Frostling Menace has already started to appear. Right. Krez is now level 8. Are there any more levels of marksmanship to get? Nope. Ooh, grass concealment. I'll take that. Maybe it's time to head over here to get a solid foothold. Hold it over near Frostling territory. We got a giant slug. Now we hired it to the Lizard City. You do have a lot of archers. At least the troll has been able to heal up. I mean, he's got regeneration. So it's natural heat. Actually, I don't think they have any archers. I think they're like one. Oh no, they almost killed the troll. Better trying to keep them from finishing him off. Wow, Shai doesn't have any abilities beyond swimming and strike? I would think a hero would at least get something. I guess What makes heroes special is their adaptability, not their wide range of starting abilities. You know what? Migrate this to lizards. Just to help keep things stable. And fortify it. And already we've got Frostling forces over here. Hooray. We've got a hero. However, that hero is not their leader. I believe ballistas can break down walls. So you have the ability to siege. It doesn't seem like they're going for it. But maybe the amount of forces I've got that here just intimidated them. No shine made a level. Snow. Sure, you can also become an archer. Oh, and now I've been surrounded. At least a lot of them seem to be just like regular friggin' frostlings. Still, I feel like the odds are very much against us, especially I don't do so great here with cold, because the worst thing that can happen to me is for me to be immobilized by something. So I'm not too fond of frostlings. You've got lots that they can freeze. They're just barely out of the archery range. I'll let them come to me, as far as archery goes. And already one's down. He decided to go right for the biggest guy. I really need to focus on taking out the things that can deal cold damage. Because if they hit me, they've got a chance to freeze me. At least taking these wolf riders out with decent ease. Yep, and already there's somebody being frozen. In this case, it's a troll. And with my Blizzard Archers, just got slaughtered via a ballista bolt. Oh, nice. The giant slug apparently also has a ranged attack. Oh, there goes one Snow Queen. And the giant slug is no more. I guess really I could have also given Chai one of my spare, like melee weapons as well. Like pump up their attack a bit. Alright, I am frozen, which means that I can't do a whole lot. Although, does being frozen actually... Yeah, it does impact my stats. Because it gives me a -2 to defense. However, even with that -2 to defense, things have been having a pretty hard time actually hitting me. Although they are making the bold assumption that they... Oh, well... Well, let's try that again and not do that. So I'm saying, you know... thought the assumption that he had me pretty much taken down was bold, but I guess not. Given that, you know, they did in fact kill me. He quite successfully. Time to explore this place again. It's got a different map. Which means it might have different treasure as well. It's got different guards, that's for sure. This is apparently being guarded by just regular old humans. It's almost like sort of a reverse dungeon situation where like the real monster is a troll that came in and started murdering everyone. Like this troll has pretty much done all the heavy lifting. He's doing what he's good at. Ooh, I've got Fire Axe and a Blood Axe now. Guess I'm switching to the Blood Axe. Well, the Fire Axe does... Right. Actually, I believe Frostlings are weak to fire, so I think I'll actually go for the Fire Axe. Because, like, I'm pretty sure that's, like, a mechanical thing. Is that fire is good against the Frostlings. Because, you know, people adapt to the cold. You know, last attempt of this proved that we also can't really go after the Frostlings head on. It seems like perhaps what I'm going to want to do is, for instance, get these guys over here on board. Oh, the giant slug also can't swim. Oh, now I'm losing 11. Kept losing 11 in gold now. Somewhere that can cut some of my expenses. These things cost 4. You can probably just take over some other places. Like these guys. These, for instance. Like, I mean, as much as they won't join up willingly, they also don't seem to, you know, hate being rolled over by a lizard enough to be openly rebellious, necessarily. You know, that last run, they just weren't willing to rebel because my forces in the city were too substantial. Did that archer just try and kill a dead slug? Wow, man. It's me and the troll again. Just like it was at the end of the last mission. I'm just gonna start preparing warp party. Just in case. Leadership. Ooh. +1 to attack for everybody in the party. Yeah, I'll go for that. Yeah, I think even though that wasn't even necessarily my intent, I think it might have been a good idea to just go for her firepower. Let's see. Yeah, migrating these guys to Orxel just to reduce our gold gain down to F5 for a few turns. Not too substantial a loss compared to the gain in stability that comes with being sure that they won't, like, rebel. And also, I could have sworn I told these guys to fortify, but I guess I didn't. Gonna queue up a couple archers here. here so I can leave the place unattended without it immediately falling into Frostling hands. Although it's kind of going to anyway, because as I left it with just one defender. But I mean, that one defender could stop the, like, ballista. And probably the Yeti as well. Because I'm pretty sure those are their only ways of getting into the city. Like, unless I've got something like wall climbing. Because the Yeti does have wall crushing. I mean, it's just one lone archer, so not great. Like, the chances are not looking good as far as this one archer being able to take a Yeti down. It's got 13 hit points. Oh, it's staying in a spot where it's... Yeah, this battle's already lost. Yep. Chances are they will not... Hey, can you not? Can you not immediately start using the lizards against me? Ooh, and the troll has apparently gained a gold medal. Well, the troll drowned. Because the ice decided to melt. But it went an anticlimactic way for the troll to go with this timeline. But I have possibly one of the greatest weapons against all of Frostling kind. Well, actually, doesn't specify them as having weakness to fire, so maybe fire isn't any more effective than any other kind of attack. But I mean, it does have the nice thing of it sometimes can give them a status effect. You know, I think you guys can potentially take on one lone winter witch. Oh, Frost Queen. I think Winter Witch might be the name they use later. because I believe she's changed names over time. Okay, that's gonna be... Oh good, she's focusing fire on the one she already froze, which means that the other one can continue firing. And that one didn't freeze him. Well, he's dead. Yep. Almost got her down. Honestly, I feel like he oh, I did not realize these guys had 2 Winter Witches with them. Again, not Winter Witches, Frost Queens. Guess they have concealment. And in the snow. I mean, if I don't fight this out, well, they're probably gonna just turn around and attack me, so... Because I believe I'm out of movement to get away from this spot. Well, so far I'm not frozen, so that's a good sign. They've yet to be able to freeze me. Oh, do I really have... Wow, I have to cancel the spell that I had prepared previously to be able to cast in combat. I think they also changed that in later games as well. Probably because they realize it sucks. Almost as much as not being able to do jack shit sucks. Alright, lizards. Form a body blockade. One of them's down. And I have become unfrozen. We lost some good lizards, but we made it through. Ooh, I think Cause Fear could be good. Because Cause Fear means that anybody who's trying to wall me in melee has a chance to run away. You know, because I'm just that intimidating. You know, I'm slowly becoming Stormlord's greatest, the Cult of Storm's greatest archer assassin. After all, I mean, I assassinated 3 enemy leaders. There's a... on my last mission. Right. Gonna bring these lizards over. Shy's here. So Shy can have the other fancy eggs I got. Let's take out this boat. You know, take advantage of the fact that we can all swim. Even though it's kind of weird because the animation doesn't actually show us as swimming. We're just sort of standing on the water. But yeah, might as well take full advantage of being lizards. I do believe I have underestimated the threat of this boat, though. I did not mean to shoot arrows into the water. Alright, we absolutely need to take this down. Like, real fast, because Shy is almost dead. I'd rather not lose a hero almost immediately. Like, if the... Was that it running away? From fear? Oh, nope. Because it's fearless. Although you'd think you would be able to, like, scare the people that, like, are manning the boat. But hey, you managed to almost like take down their big army through just like guerrilla warfare. Ooh, that's not great. Neither's repeatedly missing. Or me getting frozen. Hey, I'm still hard to hit. Even frozen, I'm hard to hit. Like that yay froze me through a lucky hitch. And I'm just gonna take that city back real quick. probably queue up some more lizard archers in my other cities. Although, I mean, depending on what they've got, big city on the island might actually be pretty safe from attempted conquest. You know, they've got another Frost Queen that I didn't realize was gonna be here. You know, I think I'll actually pass on attacking this city right now. Because if they've got a Frost Queen, I want to go at that at full force. Not just me by myself. Yeah, that seems a little too substantial. Now, if random lizards want to just venture on out, they are more than welcome. This one farm has become the site of so many deaths. Yeah. Yeah, you kinda didn't plan that correctly. Oh, just gotta bring down one Yeti, and this whole siege is done. Like, actually, I don't even see the Yeti so far. Oh, there he is. I was not expecting him to get another substantial force this fast. But I guess they're well supplied. I may just reload from the autosave if this doesn't go well. I mean, got more firepower for fighting the Yeti this time. Since, you know, it's just not just one guy. It's a whole 4 lizards, including myself. So me and this other lizard can actually target the Yeti from our positions, and I don't know. I mean, those towers tend to be pretty effective. Or I can target the A at least. However, the guy behind me can't. And the Yeti has broken down the wall, as expected. Might as well still try and take down the Yeti, because, like, it's still easily the most significant threat in this entire siege. That and maybe the penguins. Alright, that's one major enemy down. Everybody might as well start gathering around this wall, because this is where the breach is. And therefore, is the front lines of the siege. Especially since we took down their one siege unit, basically a turn too late. Fortunately, all these guys aren't being super effective because they're getting their arrows past the wall. Okay, just shot the wrong spot. Wow, I was expecting that penguin to be more of a threat. Like, they look very ominous, but they actually seem to be kind of pathetic. I mean, most of the intimidation factor of this entire sieging force is numbers. Like, their units aren't that strong. One of them did just kill a little shy. But like, look at how many of them are just falling. Granted, a lot of my units are also just sort of falling like dominoes. Like, so many of them are getting taken down by the arrows before they even get a chance to be anything resembling effective. Wow. Yeah, these guys are... And there I thought I was gonna reload from that. Nope. I greatly overestimated how strong they were actually gonna be. It's like, that was honestly... That was just kind of sad, honestly. Oh, time to murder people at the farm again. Oh wait, no, don't have the time to get there. What I will do, however, is maybe sabotage the siege weapon over here, but first I'll murder somebody at the farm. Oh, and they've got another siege force over here. Which I wanted to sabotage the siege weapon, i.e. just break it. But unfortunately, that did not work out. However, a battering ram is substantially easier to destroy than a Yeti. So maybe the archers will actually stand a chance at taking the thing down. Okay, like, look, it's all real. Ah, dang it. Because that one guy couldn't hit it. They're now able to... They were able to breach the wall. Thanks, random guy, for not... Yeah, you deserve that. You deserve to get like 2 hit kills in 1 turn earned by a Frost Queen. At least they were able to take down the Frost Queen, so that's something. Like, it's your fault that the Frost Queen was even able to get in. Because, like, the battering ram is at 3 hit points. You just had to hit it, like, the guy just had to hit it, like, once. And it would have been problem solved. But now we have to recapture the city again. The first guy killed this random stray lizard. Oh, he actually hit me? Somehow? Since it's a walled city, I also have to be confident that I can take it without issue by myself. Oh, these guys are just a wolf rider and 2 lizards. An already injured wolf rider at that. Like, no Frost Queen, he know nothing. Just the same basic enemy troops from those we found that siege. Oh, there goes 1 archer, and it was one with the gold medal too. Gonna queue up some archers. I don't want to produce merchandise, I want to queue up more archers. Probably also go after this city over here. Indoor. Probably bring in some reinforcements from this city that seems to be pretty well defended, given that it's on an island, so they have to rely on either a boat or a Frost Queen to get them there. Sure, I'll fight it tactically. Oh, they've got 2 Yetis this time. I get the feeling that this tactical combat is going to be just about a waste of time. Because, I mean, they were able to reach the wall in one turn. Because the A's were able to work together as a team. Yep. At least it wasn't long. Alright, gotta leave these three. He in charge of protecting that city while I go and do my thing. My thing being assassination via climbing over the wall and killing the people inside. Which, I mean, in order for them to be able to do anything, they have to come outside because they're all melee people. So I guess really I could. Frost Queens got. Frost Queens have ranged attacks, so probably actually it's pretty much only a good idea to face these only fully melee parties with the strategy of throwing a walled city. And not produce merchandise, fortify the city, because they've got guys on the coast nearby. Guys that might be coming in to lay siege. And Egro doesn't have a wall, well, like all of my other cities do. It'd be a big help if I had some idea where the Frostling leader is. Yeah, I think I'll head over to Andor to go taking that as well. You never know, maybe this will turn into another no cities run. We'll just find the leader, assassinate. You know, it's what I'm good at. Sure, tactical combat. Probably gonna be another waste of time because again, 2 Yetis. But you never know. Yeah, especially when there's guys starting out in positions where they can't. How did they not breach the wall? How did they not manage to breach the wall all that turn? I guess maybe it's got too many hit points or something. But hey, buy some time to... Is there raining arrows down? Raining arrows down on the Yetis? Yeah, I was able to hold down the fort for a little while. Few days? Any problems with... Nope. Nope. I guess weakness is not a thing in this particular installment. Not in the series. Perhaps that's something that they added on later to deepen the strategy a bit. Just gonna go for the battering ram first. Because at least if I can take out the battering ram, they can't come in full force. They'll be limited down to just their one flying unit. Unfortunately, that turn was basically wasted because none of the archers were able to actually do anything. Well, one of them was, the rest not so much. And there goes the wall. Because now their full force is able to come right in. Maybe it is time for another no cities run. Because I mean that worked pretty well last time. Nope. Fuck off. I'm not going to be involved in that. In fact, I'm gonna start prepping Warp Party because it is clearly becoming time to go on an assassination mission. Ah, just who I wanted to see. Eklo. Exactly who I was hoping to see. Wow, how did that guy actually hit me so many times? Also, is, yes, leaders, magic spheres. What's it? Oh, Eklo isn't the one I want to go after. He's a hero. I want to go after Perthas. Well, there goes my archer friend. But Perthas is dead on day 55. Boom. Promise kept. As I have promised, I have secured the desired holdings. Am I to be an executioner forever, or do I have a greater calling? I see how the lizardmen flock to me, and the goblins before them. Now that I am freed from Mr. Dickens' shadow, I begin to want here in the swamp for things with large snapping teeth devour things with smaller snapping teeth. I am beginning to see life according to the true order of things. These lizards desire a competent leader, one willing to guarantee them luxuries. They desire a leader like me. I think I might actually turn down my mic volume a bit because I could see where I peaked it. So, next we've got the Peninsula of Sobek. Ooh, looks like we've got some like, let me double check. Because the name is familiar. Yeah, we've got some Egyptian influence. Perhaps Azrax will be here. Given that Sobek is the god of the Nile and Lord of the Waters in the ancient Egyptian pantheon. Spawning grounds for aeons, perhaps before all other races, the lizards sunned themselves upon spawning beds on a peninsula named Sobek. Hatchlings wriggled from clutches of leathery eggs. Lizards grew on rich beaches, building vast cities which were decimated not by force of war, but by global cataclysm. Their cities lost, the few lizards remaining squabbled, well enough to have leaders fought over no sunny spots. Other greedy races, incapable of appreciating the land's significance, and have claimed the rich land. And it is time these intruders found a new home. I'll obtain it in these sacred breeding grounds. Gonna bring my flaming axe and my helmet. And the leftover lizard units. All the money. You know, since I've got the extra points, I'll bring the other 2 axes as well. Oh! Already starting out with a hero. Tarash emerged at Gruduak and offered us to join you for 131 gold. Absolutely. Yeah, you can join up. Right. Sounds like it's another case of he's a conquer the map. Bitch. There's elves, halflings, dwarves, orcs, goblins, and undead on this map. Just looking at the turn counter, it looks like probably orcs, elves, and halflings are going to be our enemies for this mission. I think it looks like there's something over here. A ziggurat. The remains of a lost civilization. Then find artifacts. Really do without my mouse saying to double click on things. Oh, and it seems it didn't. I meant to bring this hero with me anyway, so he can bring my proper weapon with him. Wait, no, don't disband him. Because it defaulted to me using just a regular enchanted axe rather than my proper what are hellhounds doing over here? Guarding something, apparently. Sure, I'll learn that. Well, that's a lot of hellhounds, that's for sure. And they have fire protection, but not fire immunity, so at least my axe, eggs, and fire magic will be effective. Albeit hampered some. Well, that was a rather effective chain lightning. As was that one. You know, stunned a couple of them. I really should actually cast spells a bit more, rather than just relying on being on my ranged ability. Use it. Just relying on my arrows and axes. Because, you know, sometimes you don't cut it. Well, lost both of the frog riders, but I guess we can continue on the circle. What is the circle? I guess it's this spot here. Does it do anything special when you stand in it? Nope. Just there for decoration. Might as well fortify. And venture into the ziggurat. It's presumably a remnant of this old lizard civilization that was mentioned. It's either that or it's newer, and it was just simply been built. All here purposefully, like, has become a ruin over the years, since the lizards, they claimed full ownership of this area. There's a Jinn here. I believe that is an Azrak unit. No, but it's just a creature, so... I mean, there's also some very clear Egyptian influence on the walls. So this could have been built by, like, Azracs, which are here at some point. Oh, there goes another. There goes another hero. And to think he was level 2. Ah, well. Just this poor this shaman is just basically following me around, watching me kill stuff, occasionally contributing like a magic bolt. There's still something here. just a matter of finding it. Like, this seems to be a much bigger map than the other explorable areas. Oh, it was just one more scorpion. Just, this axe was not a thing that was found. Staff of the Forest. Holy Strike, Magic Strike, and Yen Strike, and +1 to both attack and damage. I'll keep it handy. Mask of Fear. Ups resistance and gives you cause fear and fearlet. I will also pass on using that. I'd rather use my enchanted. I'd rather just wear my enchanted helm because I've been needing a lot more defense than resistance. Because most things just try and hit me real good. And there's some elves over here. Alright, they're fortified. I don't want to fortify again. Enough gold to upgrade. Just gonna queue up a couple more lizard archers. Mostly so I can bring 2 of them with me. Did I pick up Cosfer last time? Guess I picked. Oh right, I picked up leadership last time. Round attack could be good for those times I'm getting like mobbed. And since I'm doing a bit more melee stuff, charge seems like a good idea as well. Charge actually do. When attacking increases damage plus deal with the unit's first melee strike. It's like you don't even have to be like sort of like moved or anything. Seeing that the skeletons seem to make almost like clopping of hooves sound. Which I mean, hooves are kind of bony, so. migrate this lizards. I think, oh, it looks like humans are present. Yeah. Looks like it's, oh, humans and dwarves are the ones with the actual leaders of the interlopers. Interesting that migrating it to like migrating the sea to lizards did not, at least not immediately make the city not immediately change the graves around the city to properly reflect its status as a lizard city. I can take one warlord. Not easy. Ow. I hate you can play at that game. Well then. That's not great. Just wasting my turn, basically. Right, time to do the cheap trick of shooting him directly in the face. I think that's like gonna die if he goes for it. Clearly, next time I level, I need to improve my. I need to bump up my resistance and my defenses a bit more. Next time I level. Hey, I can migrate this new city to need the lizards. Yeah, they kind of made it easier for me by clearing out the normal residents. and already I'm having to fight for the city. Again. Now I already fought the warlord. Now they're bringing a whole bunch of orcs over here. I'm also partially injured, so that does not bode super well, because I did not have time to fully heal before this next fight started. But hey, at least I've got round attack if they start to surround me. Like, most of them are pretty weak. Just like regular orc foot soldiers. I doubt they'll be able to actually deal much damage to me. I mean, the warlord was able to hit me pretty good. He's also a substantially more powerful unit. Alright. By the time they finished up moving all of their individual guys. Oh, there goes that Lizard Archer shot in the back by his own teammate. And I'm now on fire. But since fire has to make an attack apparently, I'm also pretty resistant to being on fire. Weirdly enough. Because it has to make an attack to deal its damage. Right? Time to try round attack. And it was very effective. And I just sort of died from burning. Just spontaneously. I think, on that note, I'm gonna end Age of Wonders for this evening and pick up with another attempt at that scenario next time, which will most likely be Thursday. I'm probably gonna keep with mostly the same schedule as this week for the rest of the time until I start classes again. In which case I'm going to at least be cutting the Tuesday night streams because I've got class from Monday through Thursday. I've also been trying to stream for at least 3 hours, currently at the almost 2 hour mark, so I'm gonna find something to do as a little bit of a bonus. But, this stream is going to, this is the end of the stream, so you're not sticking around for the next stream or watching this on YouTube. Thank you for watching. If you are sticking around, I will be right back with something else.